Okay, welcome back, everybody, and a reminder that each of our contestants will receive tickets to see Sheer Madness, the hilarious whodunit, where a murder is committed and the audience gets to solve the crime. Filled with improvisational humor, it's been playing for over 20 years at the Kennedy Center. While they're off to the theater, how about you checking out our Facebook page? Sign up as a fan of It's Academic. Now let's recap the scores. Winston Churchill in Potomac, 240. Stonewall Jackson, Manassas, 200. Washington Lee, Arlington, 210. Here's an all-visual round. Each correct answer in this round is worth 10. 10 off for a wrong answer. Team whose light is up there first has a chance. Here's number one. Dating back to 2500 BC, this statue was found in what modern country whose capital is Damascus? Churchill.
Syria?
Right. This 17th century map showing California as an island appeared in what year when the Great Fire swept through London? 1666. These stars do more than sparkle. They form part of the sword of what hunter constellation? Washington Lee.
Orion.
Orion is right. If x is an element of the set of positive integers and x satisfies this equation, what's the value of x? Churchill.
1.
1 is right. George Caleb Bingham's painting, The Emigration of Daniel Boone, shows settlers following the Wilderness Road through what C initial gap?
Cumberland
WL.
Gap.
Say it again.
Cumberland
Gap is right. These flowers form part of the landscape in what Central American country that won its independence from Colombia? Stonewall Jackson.
Panama.
Panama is right. Choice. The electrolysis of water results in the production of hydrogen and oxygen in a mass ratio of which of these? Churchill.
1 to 16.
1 to 8 is the answer there, so 10 down. This heroic painting by Uccello shows what English patron saint slaying a dragon? WL.
St. George.
St. George is right, and there's the end of the visual round. Thank you very much, ladies. Welcome back. And at this time, we'll meet the faculty, coaches, and administrators as we update the score. Good close match continues. Winston Churchill in the lead right now with 250. Geoffrey, please introduce our guest.
Behind me is Dr. Joan Benz. She's our principal. Both our coaches and both our alternates are way too timid to come on TV, so.
Oh, thank you very much for being with us, Doctor. The team from Stonewall Jackson in Manassas has a score of 210. Kevin, you're the man this time.
Behind me is Mr. Kelly, our great coach.
And haberdasher, too. You guys got nice shirts there, too. The team from Washington Lee and Arlington in with 240. All right, Michael.
This is Mrs. Scher, our coach, Mr. Jamelski, the principal, and Mrs. Souter, another coach.
Thank you for all your contributions to education and your help with It's Academic. Now we move on to the next round, and you'll see that each correct answer is worth 20, except the visual questions are worth 30 points up, but there are penalties. It's a free-for-all round, and we go team by team. So Churchill is up first. Stonewall Jackson select. Kevin, which one?
Question set number 2.
Number 2. All right, here you are. Peggy, Geoffrey, and Jack, with your turn in the round. A short story by Graham Greene is titled The Man Who Stole What Tall Iron Structure at the Center of Paris?
The Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower is right. George Washington's farewell address was published in what Pennsylvania city that was then the capital of the United States?
Philadelphia.
Right. When patients get dental x-rays, their bodies are usually shielded from the radiation by aprons made of what heavy metal whose symbol is PB?
Lead.
Lead is right. Check the monitor, please, for kilocalorie, BTU, erg. The metric system uses the calorie as a unit of heat. Which of these terms refers to the unit of heat as used in the pound-foot-second system?
BTU.
BTU is the right answer, Churchill. In 1777, British General Burgoyne surrendered to General Gates in what New York State battle called the turning point of the American Revolution?
Saratoga.
Right. The Story of a Puppet was the original title of what Carlo Collodi's story about an untruthful wooden puppet carved by Geppetto?
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio is right. Now, the monitor again, evaluate this expression, giving your answer as an integer.
31.
Right. Only one Chief Justice of the U.S. was born in Ohio, and that was what man who had earlier served as our 27th president?
Taft.
Bonus for Winston Churchill. Wow, moving them up to 435. And it's the turn now for Stonewall Jackson. So Washington Lee, select for them. 1 or 2? 1 or 3, please.
1.
Number 1. Okay, let's see how you go here, David, Kevin, and Chris, with your turn in the round. New England has its white mountains and green mountains, but the song America the Beautiful refers to mountains of what color associated with majesty?
Purple.
Purple. In 1999, scientists used portable hair dryers to thaw out the remains of a 20,000-year-old woolly mammoth discovered in what vast, cold region of Russia?
Siberia.
Right. What Italian artist was lying down on the job when he spent weeks lying on his back on a scaffold in order to paint the ceiling of the Vatican Sistine Chapel?
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo is right. Check the screen for protein, carbohydrates, water. Which of these is the most abundant compound in protoplasm?
Water.
Good. A botanist studying plant life in the desert might start in the Sahara, then go to what Asian desert that stretches for 500,000 square miles?
Gobi.
Gobi Desert is right. The phrase "the almighty dollar" was coined by what American author who earned many dollars for books such as Rip Van Winkle?
Washington Irving.
Washington Irving is right. Check the monitor, please. And here we go. If x equals 36, if a equals 36, what's the value of this expression? Taking positive roots and giving your answer as a fraction in lowest terms. Got it? 5/6 is the answer there. A quote from the prophet Isaiah, "Let us reason together," was often used by what persuasive Democrat who became our 36th president?
Carter.
It was Lyndon Johnson. So Stonewall 330 after you're part of the round. Leading number 3 here for Washington Lee, Arlington, Virginia. Here we go. In 1947, President Truman appointed General George Marshall to what senior cabinet post now held by Hillary Clinton?
Secretary of State.
Right. What Boston craftsman who made George Washington's false teeth also made history by riding through town warning colonists, "The British are coming"?
Paul Revere.
He's the man. In number 17 of the Federalist Papers, Alexander Hamilton described what medieval economic system that involved vassals and serfs?
Feudalism.
That's right. Your monitor question, here we go with burst into flame, be extinguished, show no change. If a burnt stick that is still glowing is thrust into a bottle filled with oxygen, the stick will do which of these things?
Burst into flame.
Right. Most flowers are beautiful, so it's not surprising that what spring flower is named for the mythical Greek youth who fell in love with his own beauty.
Narcissus.
Right. At Jockey's Ridge, North Carolina, you can see the eastern seaboard's largest example of what hilly sand formation whose name was used as the title of a Frank Herbert novel.
Dune.
Right. The monitor again for math. Which of these numbers is evenly divisible by 11?
1,221.
That's right. Finally, 4 years more of the full dinner pail turned out to be an unfulfilled promise for what Republican president reelected in 1900 but assassinated 1 year later? Have it?
Cleveland.
I'm sorry, it was William McKinley, but a good try, Washington Lee, 380. The end of the round.